Let's get started real quick, and I'm just winging this. I just sat down, make a quick rant. No notes, no nothing. I kid you not. No teleprompter crap. Not that I even know where you'd get one of them damn things. But I wanted to vent a little bit. Here I am doing that ridiculous thing of watching the news again. I really got to quit watching the news. Like I said, I want to stay informed. But I watch the news, I either get jaded or I see something so dumb I need to vent. I really do. Here's the beauty about doing this too. I get to vent. I talk. Number one, nobody interrupts me and nobody's throwing an opinion back at me. No argumentative stuff, which is cool. Great way to vent. And then I don't have anxiety. And I could believe that, hey, maybe I'm reaching somebody. Maybe some of the things I say make sense. Maybe some don't. Maybe some make people feel great. Maybe some piss people off. You be the judge of that. I don't care either way. You're going to formulate your own opinion anyhow. But dig this. I'm watching the news. And here we go. I'm watching Fox. Because I usually only watch Fox. Fair and balanced. And like I said in previous rants, they pretty much are. And I could dig it. And I could formulate my own opinion anyhow. But at least they're not the prominent media that's, leftist, corrupt, ridiculous, and full of crap. So I see this thing. They got a billboard or whatever, and it says, "Enjoy Christmas" or "Good for Christmas," or "Enjoy your Christmas, skip church." And they got a guy on Fox, and he's defending this, going, "Well, people feel pressured to go to church, and we just want them to know they don't have to, and we're there for them." Again, I'm going, how dumb are people? First of all, how does this moron get on Fox or any other network ever? Because he's an idiot. How could you make a statement like that? Let me touch on one thing. First, he says, we want you to know you don't have to feel guilty, and, we're there for you. You're there for me. Really? Well, I'll tell you what, all you people that are going to skip church, if that's your gig, going to church, I believe in a higher being. I was raised Catholic. I think some of those, Catholic rules and stuff are bananas, and they're a little outdated. I like to go with the more update Christian values and ideas. But that's my gig. And you're welcome to worship and do anything you want. I don't disagree with anything. You can worship Muhammad, Allah, Joey Fangu, whoever you want. I don't care. As long as it's not like two swords and the devil. Hey, 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 hey. And, you're worshiping death and you're a moron. So anyhow, where the hell was I? Well, so this guy says, we're there for you. Are you there? Okay. So listen, people, go find that guy. Okay. Call a Fox. Find that guy and go over to his house. And say, you're there for me, baby? Because I was thinking about going to church, you moron, because it makes me feel good. And it makes me feel comfortable. And it makes me pray and have faith that there is a higher being. And there is something better than this struggle on earth. Not that earth is so bad. And, some of us have it okay. And we live in America. We live in the best place that you can live in. But, you want to think there's something to look forward to, because life is short. We know that. You're 10 years old, boom, bang, you're 70. It's unbelievable, man. That's how fast thing goes. You don't understand that, of course, when you're a kid and when you're a parent, you always go, wait, your life's going to go by, time in an hourglass, blah, 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 and it all reigns true, but you don't understand it till you're older, and when you do, you go, oh my God, how'd I get here? You wake up in the morning and you go, wow, wasn't I just in high school? And then you're 70. And your leg hurts and you're pissing the bed and whatever. Anyhow, I always get off track. But this idiot, back to Fox, he's on there. Yeah. Did you ever think that the people do that to worship and spend time in fellowship with others in the community and pray to what they believe is a higher being, and something to look forward to if there is an afterlife? and that's what they believe in. You got to be such an ass to sit there and say something like that. Skip church. I mean, that's so jaded. See, that's negative, and that's a for shit opinion, and it's just terrible. It shouldn't even be on TV. Now, I don't believe in a billboard either saying, go to church. Get it together, baby. You're a horrible person. Go to church. I don't believe in that either. But I certainly don't believe in skip church. Who are you to put that type of opinion up there for everyone to read to, jade people and make them feel goofy or something? Listen, if people are feeling guilty about going to church, then they ain't going to church. I think people are smart enough to do that. I remember kind of feeling guilty, raised Catholic, going to church. Because my mom or dad would go, hey, did you go to church? But man, I was like 14, 15. By the time I formulated my own opinion, 18, 19, I decided if I wanted to go to church or not. Based on what I believed. Not necessarily on what I was raised with and driven into my head. What I believed and what seemed formidable to me. So anyhow, the guy, you're a moron. I don't know who you were, but if you see this, of course you won't see this, but if you hear this, you're a moron. And here's what kills me too. The skip church. It goes like, it goes a little further. Maybe, just maybe, people are going to church and they're praying, oh God, please, let me be able to afford things. Let me, find a job or get my job back or whatever, to give them faith that there's something better that's going to happen to them. Dig this, you moron. Enjoy Christmas. Skip church. Okay, let me ask you this. How do you enjoy Christmas exactly? I mean, I think you'd enjoy probably, I don't know, maybe going to church and praying and chilling and just being with people and feeling comfortable if that's your thing. And praying to, if you believe in a higher being or a better life after death, whatever. I think that's better than, enjoy. How do you enjoy Christmas? Being with family, that's one thing beautiful. I could dig it. Being with family. That is enjoying Christmas. Okay. That's a given for everybody. You should know that. But you know what? Do you always enjoy Christmas? Enjoy Christmas, skip church. How are you enjoying Christmas? When most of the time you're running through the store, tripping over your own self, wondering how you're going to come up with $500-600 for gifts for 12 nephews, 3 nieces, the wife, the grandma McGillicuddy, whatever. You're under the gun, you're pressured, your hours were cut at work. Enjoy Christmas, huh? Yeah, sure. So you're worried about people maybe going to soothe themselves and chill their brain and relax and pray and whatever and doing their own thing, not that it's any of your friggin' business anyhow, you moron. Wow. So you'd rather have them, enjoy Christmas, so they can bust their rear end and have a nervous breakdown and think, oh my God, I got $4,000 on the credit card. Oh, I'm still paying for last Christmas. Because of the commercialized bullshit that are on those billboards. Buy this, buy that, do this, do that. Hey, idiot. That's what puts the pressure on people. The commercialized nation that we've become for our so-called holidays. And for those of you who don't understand that, okay, let's take Halloween for example. I'm pretty sure Halloween is All Saints Day. Now, if I'm wrong on some of these things, too bad. You'll say, hey, he was wrong about that. Don't care, because I'm not going to hear from you. Well, I can, I guess, in one way or another. But that'd be cool. If you're knowledgeable in any of these things that I'm going to say coming up, good for you. Contact me. I'll probably tell you to kiss my rear end, but hey, what the hell. Anyhow, let's go back to Halloween. All Saints Day. It was like the Undead or whatever, All Saints Day. It was a hoopla. And it became like ghouls and goblins and rising from the dead and All Saints. And then it turned into like the goblins, like witches. And then it was ghosts. Ooh. And now it turned into friggin' anything you want it to be. You know, people go to Halloween, they're like got a bun around them, they're a hot dog. What the hell is that? You know, they got two headlights on their head. They're a car. I mean, talk about commercialized stuff. And here's the beauty of it too. All Saints Day. How did that go in? To go into somebody's door, and I did it when I was a kid, and I enjoyed it. I didn't know what the hell it was. Trick or treat, and they give you candy. You know, some assholes you're afraid gave you an apple, and you thought, hey, this guy's an idiot or he's cheap, or make sure you watch and see if there's razor blades in it. You know, that kind of crap. Anyhow, again, that's a whole other thing. But my point is the commercialization and the billboard bullshit that people want to drive ideas into people's heads, and what's really true and not true, what people want people to think. And it's a marketing ploy for the most part. It all is surrounded by the idea of commercialization and money, I'm sure. But I touched on Halloween. Dig this. Let's go to Easter. Now, Easter, if you're Catholic, and I'm going to give that example because that's how I was raised, even though, you know, it's a little outdated for me, some of the analogies or the whatever you want to call that. That was started in supposedly where Jesus was crucified, Good Friday, and then Easter Sunday he rose from the dead. Easter. Okay, now let me ask you a little question. From that, over the years, how did that turn into an Easter bunny? Hello, and sometimes a chocolate Easter bunny that you can eat. And Easter egg hunts, you can hide all the little eggs. And, you know, fun stuff like that. And an Easter basket. And, it's, you know, wear that bonnet when you're a kid, the girls with the big yellow bonnet. And now, still today, the little girl, they get her yellow dress and she looks like a little chick with an egg and an Easter. What, are you an idiot? How did they commercialize that? Wasn't that from commercialization? Billboards telling people what to do to get their money out of their back pocket? You morons. Now, I touched on Halloween. I don't know how I got on this. I touched on Halloween. I touched on Easter. Oh, I know how I got on it. Let's go to this. Christmas. Christmas was originally a religious gig, too. I mean, does anyone know what that stands for? Let me break it down for you. Actually, I'm going to just give you a little clue, and I'm going to make you do the research. You know, this will be fun. I'll give you a little something, and then you look it up. Christmas. Break it down. How do you spell Christmas? Christmas? Anybody? Yeah? Get it? Okay, take the Christmas. Can I do this on the screen? Yeah, here we go. And separate it. Christ. Christ. Mass. Okay, that's your little clue. Now go do your homework. But since you're like that guy that was on Fox News talking about the billboard, since you're a moron, you might not be able to figure out. But I give you the clues. Christ, Mass. Okay? And I informed you, the other clue for you dodos is it was formulated from a religious event, in a sense. Okay, I'm not telling you anymore. Okay, but dig this. How did that become? It wasn't Christmas, Kris Kringle. Now, you idiots. How did we get some big fat guy in a red suit with a big white beard that can't fit down a friggin' anybody's chimney anyhow? Did you leave out a couple cookies and milk, and he comes at night and he puts a bunch of presents in there and everything's beautiful? Then he goes off in this sleigh that flies with reindeer. And one special reindeer, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, boy. And it's flying around, and he gets to, what, about 20 billion houses in one night? I mean, this sled is good on gas, baby. They ought to call Ford. You got to think about this. I mean, what are we getting? About the best car, 40 miles to the gallon? I'm talking about a sled that can go all night without a refill and get to 20 million homes. Unbelievable. And the suspension, landing on roofs and stuff, you got to love it, baby. You got to love it. But anyhow, that's the commercialization of that. Back to the thing with billboards and telling people what to do and formulating your opinion for idiotic reasons that don't make sense. Let things be what they are and what they really stand for. Or better yet, let people formulate their own opinion as to what makes sense. Okay? But I'll tell you what doesn't make sense to me and what pissed me off in the first place. I got off on a little rant there, baby. Take it easy. In the first place was the billboard. It pissed me off. When I saw, I'm like, are you kidding? Oh my God. Well, I was pissed. And I see this, it was something like enjoy Christmas or put Christmas back in Christmas or something, skip church. And it just pissed me off. Not because I'm defending church. Everybody makes their own opinion in that sense. But it pissed me off because somebody was throwing their opinion at you, but not willing to do a damn thing about it or have any idea of what, values people have as far as church is concerned, if it makes them feel good, if they pray for a reason. I went through all the reasons earlier. And that idiot that was on Fox, like I said, everybody, I want you to find out. Again, I always say this. Find out who this moron is that said, well, we don't want you to feel pressured and we want you to know there's other alternatives. Is there? Good. Okay. So maybe some of those people won't go to church and pray that they get their job back again under a Trump administration. And maybe since they're not going to do that because you said skip church, they'll come to your house and you can hand them out some money so they can have Christmas with the fat guy with the beard and the red suit. You moron. That's aggravating. It really is. And I don't even know how these people... And it was on Fox. Dig that. And I like Fox. I've said it before. They're pretty much fair and balanced. They're probably about the best news work out. And guess what, kiddies? That's my opinion. You might hate Fox. Beautiful. Don't watch it. Turn the channel. You got fingers? You don't even got to get up anymore and do the dial. Just bing, bing, bing with your lazy ass on the couch. Push the button. You don't got to watch it. Don't complain about it. Just don't watch it. I like it, though. But I am a little jaded because I don't know how they had that moron on there. I like the commentators after, though. They go, well, some people, think that churches get, it was nice. I think it was on Fox and Friends or something. Well, whatever. But I liked their rebuttal afterwards, and that guy was an idiot. And I'll tell you what, while he was in there saying that dumb shit on the show, I would have snuck outside at Fox and moved his car and hit his car. So when he went out, he didn't know where the hell he was. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sounds crazy, don't it? I thought it was funny. I like stuff like that. It's kind of devious, kind of fun, kind of kid stuff. Keeping it simple. Keeping it cool. Anyhow. Well, again, I don't know what to do. I want to stay in the know, man, but I gotta quit watching the news. I got an idea. Let me ask the news networks that know what you're talking about. Why don't you start putting some good stories on? Get a little reporter out there. Find a good story. Find a good story. Like some guy's walking through a field and he finds a bucket and buried and steps on it and there's $2 million in it and he was poor and, and he, whatever. Whatever. Get another story about the guy that hasn't seen his brother or sister in 40 years because they were both adopted by different families. And, they were at a Walmart one day. And the guy was in front of the girl and he put a credit card and the name was the same. And, oh, my God, give me a good story. Anything. I don't care. Whatever. All right. I'll look forward to that. And I'll catch you on the next rant. Now, don't freak out or anything, okay? Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Opinions. Opinions.